Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Peace be unto you, my brother.
And also with you, Aki.
Now, what was the greeting that you used to have before when you used to see some of the homeboys?
You know, what up, son? What's good? Yo?
What up, son?
You know, what's going down?
Now you're saying you're wishing me peace, I'm wishing you peace, is something new, huh?
Wishing everybody peace, you know. I mean, Islam has brought peace into my life that I couldn't find, you know, living the lifestyle I was living in the music business, and it feels good to wish peace unto others once I've found the peace for myself.
Now, we are excited to hear this story because we get to talk to people who have come from all walks of life. You know, people have this misnotion that Islam is something just for the Arabs.
Yeah.
But when they see an American who used to be or someone who is an icon, people are looking up to you. You're singing with P. Diddy and the Bad Boy Crew. Is that what they're called?
Yeah. Bad Boy Records, Bad Boy Entertainment. You know, P. Diddy, Sean Combs, Sean John. You know, I ran with an entrepreneur. I ran with an icon in the music business, and I was exposed to so many things in such a short period of time. The success of the records that I did with Puff, you know, propelled to be in, you know, audiences all around the world. It wasn't a country that I couldn't go to that a person couldn't identify with who I was, or the songs I created, or the records I partaked in. And you know, it's just an overwhelming feeling to be embraced by such a vast audience. But you know, to become a Muslim, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has definitely replaced that audience, you know what I'm saying, with a whole different light. You know, it's a whole different thing, and the transition has been so beautiful. You know, Allah's most kind. You know, the brothers and sisters that I used to, you know, run with in the music business have embraced my conversion to Islam. You know, my family has, you know, embraced my conversion to Islam, and it's just been smooth sailing, man. Allah's most kind, because it's something that I really needed, you know. And I think a lot of entertainers in that business are searching for the same peace. And, you know, may Allah guide them all.
Let's talk a little bit about the past. We're not going to go into any details or anything, but for the benefit of those who are still trying to chase where you were living, they call it the American dream.
Yeah.
People see the videos and they see all the rides and they see the women and the glamour and the glitz, but it's not all that.
Well, for the most part, I think that a lot of people, you know, mainly, you know, preferably the youth, you know, we all share kind of the same common desires and temptations. And I think the music business kind of breeds these things, and it gives people a one-dimensional perception of, you know, mostly the perks in the business, so to say. And I think that, you know, the youth, by being so inspired all around the world, you know what I'm saying, being so inspired by this lifestyle, a lot of them who have been born into certain faiths, you know what I'm saying, like Islam and things of that nature, you know, they try to incorporate this lifestyle into something that's so beautiful, you know what I'm saying. Islam is just so beautiful, and I've been seeing over the years how, you know, this business and this lifestyle has affected so many of the youth. And myself, I think that traveling the world and living this consistent pattern of doing so many sinful things, you know, that come with the business. You know, we actually, you know, have the opportunity to make songs that might not be so vulgar, might not be so, you know, negative. But the reality of it is, there's a lifestyle that comes with it. And that was the thing that really plagued my life, because what you're propelled in based on a success, you know, is a lifestyle that just becomes so repetitive and so consistent, and you find yourself being removed further and further away from the truth, further and further away from peace, further away from anything that was pure about you before you entered the business. So, like I said, you know, on the outside everything looks good. You see the $100,000 cars, you see a lot of diamonds, you see, you know, for men, for the sake of men, you see a lot of females, and they think that this is, you know, this is a life. This is like, you know, paradise right here on earth. But the reality of it is, you know, I couldn't purchase peace. You know, I was probably able to buy a car, buy a house, buy a chain. Couldn't purchase peace. And the reality of it is, while I'm sitting here constantly paying for the disease, the cure was free.
Paying for the disease.
Paying for the disease.
The cure is free.
The cure is free.
Why are people running away from something that's free to something that's expensive because you got to pay for the martinis and I forgot what's even drunk in the club nowadays, the Dom Perignons, and you got to pay for all these things.
But you can get some water easy, like well, that's what I'm saying. Like I think people treat life like the flu shot. You think you can treat the flu with the flu?
Yeah,
it's not like that. You know what I'm saying? And what happened was, Allah's guidance is just amazing because I think sincerely in my heart, Allah heard me and heard the oppression that's hidden, from a lot of us entertainers. We try to forge this image and we try to forge this character that's, like suitable for the fan. The fan admires this character, they're drawn to this character, but the reality of it is, we face tragedies no different from normal people. But the reality of it is, we try to go past that and continue to feed the fan, this impression that they desire and that they gravitate to. But me, on the other hand, it just got to a point where it was just getting very overwhelming, it was getting very overbearing, and I just found myself searching inside, like, man, I need an answer. I need something that's going to give me a route to just, alleviate some of these pains. And I would try all kinds of things. Sometimes you just be like, yo, listen, I'll just go buy me a hot car. Maybe I feel better. Maybe if I go buy a chain. Maybe if I go to the spa for about 5 hours, we get a seaweed bath and all that, little crazy stuff. And then, you get one phone call, next thing you got knots in your back again. Or you drive the car, all the features in the car is no fun no more. Or you wear the chain, and after a while, the chain is just kind of boring because, everything upgrades as you go. And I found myself, like, I can't find peace chasing this methodology. So what happened, I was fortunate to do a song with an artist from Canada, a brother named Masari. He was a Lebanese artist. And when I did the song didn't really do good in the States, but it kind of propelled into a market that I never knew even existed. Mm-hmm. And it was in the Muslim market, in the Islamic market. And what happened was I got, called to do shows in like Muscat, Oman, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and things of this nature. Even I performed in Kazakhstan. I performed in a lot of countries, even in West Africa. And I found myself running to Islam, keep running into Islam. And once you get past the whole little butterflies and the things that come with the, the entertainment aspect, I started to get drawn to other things that came with my journey. And that was the adhan being called. The adhan being called in the city, like, just rang through the whole city. Everybody would just stop. You could hear people breathing. This is a song that I heard that was more beautiful than any song I've ever wrote in my life.
That's the Muslim call to prayer.
The Muslim call to prayer, And then, like I said, at some point, you find yourself trying to shop between Dhuhr and Asr. Everyone's taking the sun in that. Mm-hmm. I come from New York City. Everything's 24 hours. I've never seen anybody shut down in midday. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And all this is for the sake of Allah. All this is for the sake of God. And it's like, this was so consistent. Every place I went, I just seen this whole consistent practice of worshiping the one true God. And this was something that I was looking for. This is something I wanted to be a part of, because there's a lot of inconsistency the way people practice and worship, God. And what I saw in the Muslim was very consistent. And I just couldn't, I couldn't tear myself away from it. After a while, I started to see and study, ask questions. I would go to certain bookstores, buy books, and just found myself getting more and more drawn to trying to learn this culture, learn this lifestyle, and learn this religion. So while I was in the UAE, I found myself, pretty much, at the last leg of this whole party thing. And, I actually seen the sunrise while I was in Abu Dhabi, and I was staying at the Emirates Palace. And I watched the sunrise, and I'm looking at the Arabian Sea, and I'm just saying to myself, like, this is just beautiful, man. This is just beautiful. And it's like all the misconceptions that you see in the media about the Muslim, all of these things were quickly getting dispelled, And I start seeing, like, maybe the media is only, establishing 3% of Islam. Because everywhere I'm going, I'm seeing just the exact opposite. I'm seeing streets you can eat off. I'm seeing people whose hospitality is just amazing. Everywhere you go, someone's offering you tea. Someone's offering you dates. Someone's offering you help. People that are very less fortunate than the people I used to hang with. I'm hanging with multimillionaires. They got yachts, mansions, penthouses, and things of this nature. And it's hard to even extract a cold soda from them. You know, and then to be around people who really didn't have much, were always willing to give, you know, and want nothing in return. You know, because they feel that their blessings come from Allah. And that's a concept that I could incorporate in my life, because I was a giving person. I was a person that overasserted myself for the sake of success, for the sake of bringing success to other people, for the sake of helping other people find success. But the benefit at the time, I was looking for the return to come from the people I was helping. But then I learned that that's not where I'm supposed to be looking. I'm supposed to seek refuge in the one that created me. So I found myself, you know, being engulfed by this concept and just being overwhelmed and just, man, blown away. And I say, you know, I want to be a Muslim.
Now, did you have any exposure to any other religions, anything else that you looked into? Can you talk about this briefly?
Well, I was born in a Christian household. You know, my grandmother, she sung in the United Negro Choir. I used to spend maybe 6-7 days a week in the church, and, you know, I was heavily active in, you know, in Christian activity, you know, saying Bible studies. I played the piano, I played the bells, I was an usher. I did everything that you could possibly do in the infrastructure of, you know, the Baptist church. And, you know, I just started to notice a lot of, you know, inconsistencies, you know. People who say they're of God doing things that are not of God. And it's not that, you know, because even in Islam, you're not supposed to judge the Muslim, you know, judge Islam by the Muslim.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that I was judging the Christian by, you know, but the reality of it was so repetitive, the inconsistencies and how things were practiced and how things were done. And I really started to ask questions, you know, because you have people that, you know, believe that Jesus is God. And I used to ask myself as a child, how is Jesus God if he prays? Who's he praying to?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just certain little questions that I wanted answers for that I couldn't find within the infrastructure.
It's a good question. Who was he praying to? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. Like these are like common sense questions. These are not something that